Hi, welcome to this short tutorial on how to customize a template within Canva. So let's go ahead and get started. So there are several ways that you can customize your template. But first I want to show you how you can find presentations here. So you have quite a few options. The first option is you can select where it says presentations and start by creating a blank template. Or you can also move over to your far left navigational panel and select template. Once you have selected the templates, you have the option of selecting presentation, social media, and so forth. For today's video, we are going to focus on presentations just to help you prepare for your upcoming presentation or training. So let's select presentation 16 by 9. Once you have selected presentation templates, there are so many that you can choose from. And so what we're going to do, I'm just going to select any template. So let's see, I will select this one. And the beauty of this is before I select customize this template, I can get a quick preview here as well by selecting the arrow. So far, I like what I see. So I'm just going to select customize this template. And so as you can see, it only populates the very first slide, but I can take a quick preview and determine which slide I want. So if I select any one slide, it's going to replace the slide that you see. Or I can click this Add Page button and click it again, and then I'll select this one. And it will populate for the second page, as you can see. Now, say for example, I just want to apply all 10 pages. I can just do that as well. And let's make sure all 10 pages are there, and it's there. So here's an up and down arrow to present full screen mode. Let's select that. And so if you are viewing this on your personal laptop or computer, on your far left-hand corner, you will see arrows, a left and a right arrow for previous and next to view your slide. You can also use your left and right keyboard arrows, or you can just simply take your mouse and left click so that you can progress throughout each slide. So here I'm seeing the list of content. So if you're thinking about some ideas for a presentation, maybe this could be your agenda slide. This can be about you, where you have an image of your logo or an image of you and a quick description of yourself. This could be information about your company. It could also be a slide where you can just add your learning objectives. Here are the vision and mission. Where it says milestones, this can easily be replaced with your learning objectives. So 1, 2, 3, and then each of those 3 learning objectives. And so let's just exit out of here by clicking on the escape button on your keyboard. It's spelled ESC. And so now I'm going to use my horizontal scroller or slider, and I'm going to select slide 1. And so I want to show you quickly how you can make this slide your own. And so on this slide, there are several different elements. You have an element here, and I'll show you shortly how to replace this. You also have a spot for your images, and you also have a text box. The very first thing we're going to do is just replace the text in the font, in the text box, and also change the font. So let's double click there. If you double click and it does not highlight all of the words, you can simply go to your keyboard and press Control A at the same time. So let's just for today's purposes, we're just going to type in title. Now that I have title typed, I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to choose a different font. So I'm going to click on this drop down arrow. Once I do that, it will provide me with a variety of different fonts. And so I'll just select League Spartan. It's not one of my favorite texts, but just for today. And now I can highlight. So I'm going to highlight where it says 147. That's the font size. I can either select the font size here, or I can highlight it again and type in a number and then hit enter on my keyboard. I can also use the minus or plus size to increase or decrease my font. Another thing that I can do here, I can delete this text right there. I can select that text and click delete on my keyboard. I can also go to my left navigational panel and select the T for text. And I have the choice of selecting a heading, a subheading, or just a little body of text. Or I also have the option of using some of these specialized fonts. So let's just select where it says add a little bit of body text. So I'll just place that there for now. Once again, I can start typing. So I'll just type in the word description. That will just prompt me to make sure I go back in and change it. Here's another cool feature that I love about Canva. I can make sure that my font is aligned just by left clicking on the title and selecting shift at the same time. And keeping my finger on shift, but moving to description and selecting description as well. Oops. When I do that, you notice that I can move everything all at the same time. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure I don't lose the ability to move things at the same time, I'm going to click on these three arrows and I'm going to select group. That will group it so that no matter what I do, I can always move it at the same time. But I am a stickler for alignment. So what I'm going to do is left click on this text box again, and then I'm going to click on those three dots for more, and I'm going to select position. I have so many different options of how I would like to position this. Let's select middle. If I select middle, as you can see, everything is in the middle. But I'm going to select this again, and then I'm going to click on the three dots for more, select position, and what I'm going to do is select left, because I want to make sure everything is aligned properly. And you have to play around with it quite a few times. So I'm going to select position again. And let's see, I want to select right. And as I can see a little preview over here, so I'm going to go back and select left. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to right click and I'm going to ungroup. And so here's a few things that I can do. So in this box, so I can take this, I can select this box, and then I can go to more, click on position, and I'm just going to select left. And so when I do left, it aligns for me. And so now I can left click, shift, and shift at the same time. And then I can go either to here or right click and select group. And so now everything is all grouped together. And as you can see, you'll see guidelines letting you know that it's properly aligned. Also, here are a few more other things that I can do. If you notice, there might be some features on your slides that you do not like. So for example, I do not like this element there. I can left click on it and delete. I can also left click on this title box and hit delete. And so what I'm going to do next is show you how to take an image, replace it, and also remove the background. So I'm going to click on this image by left clicking, and then on the left navigational panel, I will select photos. Now here, I can also look for images. I can type. So I'll type in office. And as you can see, several things will appear. Let's do something easier. I'll type in laptop, hit enter, scroll down and find an image that works best for you. I'm going to select this image. I'm going to just left click and drag. And when I left click, sometimes it will, as you can see, it replaced that image, but I don't like how it condensed it. So what I'm going to do, I have two options. I can hit the back arrow, or I can simply, so I'll just go ahead and do this. And then so what I did was just hit the delete key on my keyboard. I can also left click on this image, select delete on my keyboard, and then now I can take this image and move it over here. But before I do that, let's hit the back button. And as you can see, this is an element, and I'll show you how to add those in just a second. But this is an element, and what I'm going to do is left click on it, and then I will simply select delete on my keyboard. Now I can take this image, drag it, so I'm left clicking and dragging at the same time. I do not like how it overshadows this title box. So what I'm going to do is click this any corner to resize it. Another option that I have is I can crop some extra space. So while this is still selected, select crop, and then I can drag the corners over. And so I can resize just like that each corner and then select done. Now, the last thing that I'm going to show you for today's video is how to make this a transparent background. So while it's still selected, I'm going to select Edit Image. I'm going to select BG Remover, which stands for Background Remover. And voila, just like this, just like that, it is transparent. I also have the option to resize it or make it larger now because it doesn't have that black space covering it. And one last thing that I will show you. So I'm not sure if you remember, but there was a logo there that's called an element. Let's go to another slide that actually has that element. So let's move to the second slide. So as you can see, this could be a business logo. So I'm going to look for that text box. The box that will let you know. So what I'll do is I'm just going to go ahead and delete some of these elements. Delete, delete. And you click on that, delete, and click on that little title box. So now, just to make sure, yep, that's an element, I'm going to click on it and hit delete. And so I can go to elements and I can replace that with a shape or any logo. So I have the option of going to uploads and uploading. If I downloaded an image of a logo for a company, I can upload it here by clicking on upload files and dropping it there. But I'm going to hit cancel for now. And next I'm going to show you how to just add a simple shape if that's what you were looking for. So under elements, I can select anything from shapes to plants by just typing it here. So I'll type in plants. And I can find an image here. And I'll say, for example, this is the company's image that they want me to use. Now that I've selected that, I can also change the color. Please keep in mind that some elements will not allow you to change the color. So I'm just going to select on one of these colors. And I am going to choose a different color. So I'll choose that color. And then on this one, say for example, so I'm going to select this color. Say for example, I want to find a different color. I can click on this plus sign. I can use the spectrum to help me find different unique colors. I can select that color. And as you can see, it will appear there. And there'll also be a text code. Now, say for example, I wanted to enter a different hex code. All I have to do is highlight here and enter in 6 digits. whether it's letters or a combination of numbers. Now, say for example, I see a color here that I would like to use for my font. So I will click on my font color, select the A to change the color text, and maybe I want to use blue, this blue up there, which is not a good idea, but I'm just using this as an example. And say, for example, I wanted to change this background right here to match that blue. What I'll do is I will click here and then select the background color. And say, for example, that color was not listed here. I can click on the plus sign, use my color dropper, left click and drag it. So I can use my color dropper, left click and drag it around until I get that blue that I'm looking for. And then bam, I was able to change the color as the same font as that, same hex code as the blue on the title. Well, I just gave you just a few tips on how you can customize your template in Canva. I'll be back more for additional tutorials.